Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we are looking at X-Men King Size Annual number 5 from Marvel Comics. Such a great issue. Chris Claremont, illustrated by Brent Anderson, the amazing artist from Astro City. Can't wait to show it to you guys. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Please hit that like button and let's get right into this baby. Alright, so cool. Loving it already. Brent Anderson is such a great artist. Any artist, aspiring comic book artist, honestly would probably feel like shocked to know that there are actually some artists that turn down the monthly gig of drawing the X-Men, and Brent Anderson is one of them. But not before he treated us with a annual here, Uncanny number 144, the issue after John Byrne left, historically speaking, and the first X-Men graphic novel, God Love, Man Kills, epic, historical, beautifully illustrated. So, I think he was worried about keeping up with the monthly grind of a comic book, which is realistic. I can't imagine how these guys did not get burnt out. They didn't have the distraction of the internet. Such a great Anderson cover. Oh my god, this is so good. Like, you would think, like, with this many characters, it would be too busy. Not at all. It's funny because looking at this Colossus, that reminds me, I feel like Brent drew some of the Storm and Ileana miniseries. Maybe he drew an issue. I don't know. I love this splash page. Now, full disclosure, like, I'm such a huge fan of the Uncanny X-Men annuals. I came on board, this is before my time, with Uncanny Annual 6, illustrated by Bill Sienkiewicz, the Dracula issue. And I thought, like, from Annual 6 till, like, Annual maybe 11 or 12, like, they were epic, so great, grandeur, but that was it, like, the bookends. I did not know that there were such epic annuals before that, and I recently did the George Perez and Terry Austin illustrated one, and now we have this one here, so cool. And we got this, I mean, how else would you want an X-Men annual to open but a splash page of the Fantastic Four? And Johnny is looking really good there, so I am totally fine with it. I love this. God, Brent Anderson is so talented. This is so good. This is an artist who just really knows how to draw very well. That is so funny. I just did Marvel Team Up number 100 with Fantastic Four and Spider-Man, and Torch was doing some fire art with his finger. And I love it. I love that that's a consistent trait of his. That's so cool. This is so classic FF. Like, it's taking me forever to turn this page just because I'm drinking on all the gorgeous detail. Like, so on point with, like, this does not mirror Kirby's art. I mean, it's not like a clone or a copy or super in that wheelhouse, but it's so on point and it looks so right and it looks like so perfect with the Kirby design. Chris Claremont writer, Brent Anderson penciler, Bob McLeod inker. He was inking all over the place back then. Tom Orzechowski letterer, Glynis Wein colorist, as it should be. Louise Jones editor, and Jim Shooter editor-in-chief. So that is a classic lineup that makes me happy right there. Beautiful art. I love this page. That is so epic. Brent Anderson, just really pretty art here. And Bob McLeod is just, like, doing a great job of finishing it. Bob McLeod definitely has, like, a distinct style and a little heavy-handed. I mean, he definitely brings, a lot of his own style to it. But in a way, it is so weird because this is such a great classic combination, especially on the FF here. It is definitely giving me, like, the same kind of energy that I feel like Kirby and Joe Sinnott brought together, but, a different sort of energy. This is obviously not the, when you turn a Kirby page, you, like, actually physically hear an explosion because they're so, like, bombastic. And this is a little more restrained, but still beautiful and gorgeous nonetheless. I'm loving it. And I'm wondering, it's funny because like the perspective is so precise that, I don't know, this guy just really knows how to draw very well. And I think it's funny because, you know, I love to see, and I'm just guessing, but I feel like this is some of his early comic book work. And, you know, you had to be so good to get a job in comic books, and you had to prove that you knew how to draw everything from quiet moments to action scenes to outer space. I mean, you never know what's going to be called upon. And here's the perfect example of all it playing out in front of you. I feel like Chris Claremont might be slightly sadistic. If you look like back at his body of work and all the gorgeous things that artists have drawn from his scripts, like he's either super inspirational, provides hallucinogenics, or holds them under duress. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But there's always magic between Chris Claremont and other artists. So many, like, it's amazing. It's historical. I could do a video just about that, and maybe I should. I don't know. That's beautiful there, too. I love that. I love, see, that's the fun thing about comic books, you know, it's like different artists' interpretations of, like, how the characters use their powers, and just, you know, it's always exciting to see, like, oh, Jesus Christ, this is freaking amazing here. That is, like, so much action and, like, perspective, and they're, like, although, is he just standing in midair? How is that possible? Although he's kind of climbing up. I don't know. Either way, freaking gorgeous. That is so beautiful and cinematic. Great Storm. I love Storm, like, just sitting at the kitchen table in the dark and suddenly, like, bright lady, I'm gonna open the door with my powers. Or something. I don't know. Whatever. So cool. I love when Zipatone comes into play. Oh. Now, Kitty, that is amazing. I don't even know what in the hell this costume is, but Kitty had this thing where she was always trying to, like, try out different costumes back in the day to usurp her individuality, I'm assuming. I love that classic, like, Dave Cockrum back view of Storm's cape. I feel like it should be more like of a W. I always thought that was like for Wind Rider. I could be imagining all that. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, that's so much fun. I love Kitty. Like, it's just so cute. Like, and once again, such a great, like, comic book artist and storyteller. Like, you totally know what's going on without reading the words. And that's, like, one of the jobs of the artist, is to almost make the writer redundant in a way, which sets up an interesting power dynamic, right? And perhaps, and I'm just saying this because comics is a visual medium, perhaps that's where superhero comic books have sort of lost their path and haven't been as good, because I feel like it came to a point where they're a little more writer driven, and I say the nay. It should not be that way. Great color holds happening here. I love Brent Anderson's ability, and this is funny because it's definitely historically, like, the art in comics. You can look at different periods, and this is definitely like pre-Image Comics, because you still have beautiful art, but you don't necessarily have like a money shot on each page, you know. Like, this would be the money shot, but it's just so tiny. And I really am impressed by the artistry of Brent Anderson to be able to put this many characters on a page and have it be just so pretty and visually interesting. That was my rant. How'd you like it? It's free. It's free. All you gotta do is subscribe. Subscribe now! And you'll also get another video tomorrow. I mean, come on. Like, this is, see, and this is why, I mean, I feel like when you look at something like this, And this is a strength to Chris Claremont as a writer too. I feel like looking at this, like it's an X-Men annual, and the Fantastic Four guest starring, but it's just as much their story as it is the X-Men's. Like Chris Claremont just has this ability to write characters perfectly in the story. Like they don't feel like guest stars. They don't feel like other people's characters. I feel like he always writes them correct. And Brent Anderson is just having a ball, like with all this Kirby, like definitely seeing like the Kirby love happening, the Kirby crackle, just the machinery and the design, and I don't know, it's just so cool. I'm so in love with this book. Like this is super beautiful. I mean, can we hear it for Wolverine's brown and orange costume? I mean, that's like pretty much the Wolverine I knew and grew up on, and it's perfect, just like everything I know and grew up on, because everyone feels that way. And what would an X-Men annual be without the team and different get-ups or disguises or versions of their costumes? Such a great panel there. The annuals were so cool. Like, I freaking love, especially the X-Men annuals. You always knew you were going to get, like, a summer blockbuster with them. Just, like, gorgeous art, like, fun action, and killer stories. What a great shot at Colossus. Also a testament to the Cockrum's design. I mean, the new X-Men have, like, some of the sickest costume designs and character designs ever. Like, that is frickin' Dave Cockrum's legacy right there. I mean, there's been a lot of Mr. Fantastic's hand happening in this issue for some reason. The passing of the dream. What a great shot. I love that. Cyclops just hanging out, man spreading, and this, like, I don't even know how to begin to describe these outfits. I love the Human Torch's body language. He just is a pyromaniac. Sue and Reed, either in love or arm wrestling. I'd like to think they were arm wrestling. Wolverine looking all sexy and hairy and shirtless. And his hair looks, like, pretty freaking perfect there. That is one thing about, like, Bob McLeod's art. It's very, like, clean and tight and, like, classic. Like, I envision him as, like, Legion of Superheroes. Did he ever work on that, guys? My DC is my weakness. Unless it's the stuff I like. Is that it? Is that the end? What? What happened now? Oh my god. Storm just, like, I don't know. It's like Mrs. Archon. Archon. It sounds like a gas station. Anyway. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Totally awesome. X-Men King Size Annual number 5. Chris Claremont, Brent Anderson, Bob McLeod, Tom Orzechowski, Glynis Wein, Louise Jones, and Jim Shooter. Classic. Amazing. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, share my content, and I'll bring you more later. Thanks, guys.